Okay, we are back from the holiday vacation, and the last video that we did was going over to the best hand cannons in the game to use in PvE. I said in that video that I might need to make a separate, entire dedicated video to one specific hand cannon because it is just simply that good. So for any of the Last Wish lovers out there, you'll be happy to know that the Nation of Beasts is simply put one of the best guns in the game. Especially if you are someone who loves their primaries, this is going to be a weapon that you should easily be on the lookout for if you don't have the pattern. Granted, you know, these Last Wish patterns, they're old. I would hope you have them, but Last Wish is pretty easy to farm anyways. The Nation of Beasts got such a fat facelift. It was really good, you know, relatively good when it came out for its time, again with the pattern, but now the thing is absolutely disgusting. Before, our best roll was like Dragonfly and Volt Shot. Pretty cool, but let me tell you what we have now. We look at this juicy Perk Pool, and yes, there's a lot of options. Okay, this is a weapon that has freaking gear shift in the third column. For those of y'all that don't know, gear shift is ridiculous. Reloading after a final blow or becoming amplified grants a longer period of increased damage. I am reading the enhanced version of what this perk does, but it stacks up to 5 times. So if you are on any build that allows you to become amplified, or I guess even if you reload, you can stack this damage buff up. It stacks up to 5 times, and here's how it goes. The first stat gives you 15%, and then everything else is 5%, and it caps out at 35% increased damage. Yeah, and this is in the third column, by the way. This is in the third column for this perk pool. Honestly sensational. And here's the next little perk I'm gonna recommend for you. Like, the roll that I'm using in the background gameplay has gear shift and jolting feedback. Jolting feedback, when enhanced on a hand cannon now, it procs in 3 shots. So you can apply jolt without having to reload. Like, obviously, yes, Volt Shot is still here in the 4th column if you want to use that too, as well, or just instead. But jolting feedback procking on three hand cannon shots is super valuable, and you're going to be procking this, I mean, so easily. However, you could also totally just go with something like explosive payload and gear shift if you just want a double damage roll perk hand cannon. Like, I mean, dude, we're gonna take that all the way. Granted, it's a 140, so it's not the juicy 180, which is, I think, the highest DPS archetype for hand cannons. But you're gonna use this bad boy to just slay out. You're gonna be slaying ads with this bad boy. This thing is really nasty. Like, the fact that this weapon has gear shift in the 3rd column is genuinely absurd, and I'm not seeing too many people talk about it. Granted, it's a legendary hand cannon, but it is a darn good legendary hand cannon, dude. If you were on any arc build, if you're on Arc Titan, Buddy Warlock, Shinobu, Vow, Hunter, I mean, the list goes on, dude. Any build where you're getting amplified, this hand cannon is going to be so good for you. And because we are in the Monument of Triumph update, we have access to all these great artifacts. So the encrypted data disk has some pretty interesting stuff here that I just want to mention that would really complement this weapon. First of all, blinding jolts. Final blows on jolted combatants, blind nearby combatants. Okay, so we're going to be jolting in 3 shots anyways. Then when we eliminate that enemy, it's going to just release a blinding explosion and blind enemies. They're just going to get blinded. Okay, gas. You also have de-electric. I feel like de-electric is definitely better on an Arc Titan because you just, you know, pop your barricade, you sit behind that bad boy, you get that passive bolt charge stacking up. But defeating Arc debuff targets grants bolt charge. It's gonna help you get bolt charge, and then rapidly defeating Arc debuff targets spawns an orb of power and heals a small portion of health. Genuinely, with all of the artifacts and how you can use any artifact to boost whatever type of element you're using the most of, whether it's void, solar, or arc in your energy slot, you have an artifact available to you that's going to be able to really enhance your gameplay style with it. And I was just using the encrypted data disk in the background gameplay. I was having a fracking blast. The hand cannon is so good. You understand, okay? This is a weapon that is going to be eliminating rank and file enemies like it's nobody's business. It has a really good splash perk with jolting feedback catching the buff that it did. So even tankier enemies aren't going to be as annoying, right? Because you have that 35% damage buff from gear shift, and you have your splash perk. You're applying the jolt every 3 shots. You're going to jolt an enemy with jolting feedback. A lot less reload spamming than if you did with Volt Shot, although Gear Shift and Volt Shot, they have some synergies because Gear Shift wants you to reload. But I mean, realistically, you're going to be using some sort of setup that gets you amplified relatively consistently, and you're going to be reloading naturally because, I mean, it's a hand cannon. Hand cannons have low mags, and you will just be mogging like insanely well with this weapon. This weapon is so good. For me personally, when I went ahead and recrafted mine, I obviously had to go with the good old setup of flared and fluted. I feel like fluted and flared is like one of the best 1-2 combos in the game to use. And unfortunately, its origin trait isn't anything insane. Explosive pack. This weapon gains stability and reload speed when activating a grenade ability. Healing grenades and grenade final blows grant additional stacks of the bonus. For this specific weapon, it actually does have some benefit because anytime you can boost the reload speed on your hand cannon, it's going to be greatly appreciated. But you might just be sitting on the just raw best legendary primary in the game in your vault, or if you just have the Nation of Beast pattern and you've never crafted it for some reason, now's the time to do it. This weapon is so good. With this update, we essentially have the best in slot Arc, Solar, and Void primaries all in the game now, which are Yeartide for the Solar, great SMG, Reckless Oracle for Void, great auto rifle, and then Nation of Beast for Arc. You have a hand cannon, an SMG, and a Reckless Oracle. All three top tier options. And honestly, Nation of Beast might even have Yeartide beat, and it's giving Reckless a run for its money, at least for just raw sheer ad clearing capability and potential, because both Reckless and Nation of Beast, they have a damage perk and very good splash perk. This weapon has freaking gear shift in the third column though. Like, let's not get a twist. That's a 35% damage buff that you're gonna proc that so passively and naturally, not even gonna think about it. If you are someone who missed our hand cannon video, this is the best hand cannon in the game. I said in that video, I'm saying it again, I'm giving the Nation of Beast its own entire dedicated video just to bring some attention to it, because I'm not seeing many people talk about how good this weapon is, and I feel like it deserves its flowers. So let me know your thoughts and opinions down below on the Nation of Beast. What is your role that you like to use on it? And thank you so much for watching this video. It feels great to be back. Y'all have a great day. Do consider subscribing and checking out the Twitch channel, twitch.tv/KRE. Y'all have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Adios. I'm tuned to the auto rifle still. That kid. In there. Oh, there you go. Good chud. Oh, I don't have Devour. Huh? Eh?
There's a build in the game right now. It's called the Pokemon build. And you can basically capture bosses. And the main boss everyone uses is a monkey with a giant stone pillar in his hand.
Well, brass monkey.
That's what I'm saying. I also just watched two enemies hit me while I was tripped on the ground. And they died because I have armor that freezes and damages them.
Oh, nice. Chuds.
I'm doing this build really well, but too well to the point that I have so much cast speed. My mana can't keep up at the level I'm at.
Oh, shit.
So I'm chugging mana potion.
Suffering from success, see? Alright, not the cleanest hero kill, but a hero kill nonetheless.